Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about how I prep for my doctor's appointments. So let's jump right in. Okay, so if you are new here, I am Jamie and I live with multiple chronic illnesses. So when it comes to prepping for doctor's appointments, I'm kind of an expert. So I figured today I would share with you some of the ways that I actually do that. I made a post on Instagram in February all about how I prep for my doctor's appointments. And I figured I would kind of elaborate on this a little bit for a video. So I'm going to jump right in with all these ways to do this. And I am going to mention some of these will depend on just who you are as a person, and others depend on the type of appointment, and some of them even depend on if you're chronically ill or not. So my first tip for prepping with doctors appointments is see if someone can go with you. For certain doctors, I do like to take someone with me to the appointment, like my neurologist and my GI doctor. Those are specifically who I always ask for someone to go with me to, because both of them talk extremely fast and don't really explain things, and I have really bad brain fog, so sometimes it's nice to have someone there who can write stuff down for me and somewhat remember stuff, because at least that way, if you remember it, you can ask the question, or I can ask the question, or if something comes up later, I can remember to message them on my chart, and I could write it down, and I could look stuff up. But I can only do that if somebody goes with me to help me remember what they said. The next one is write a list of questions for your doctor. I do this before every appointment. I have a full-on doctor visit prep page. This is available on my Etsy. Shameless plug. Link is always down below. But it's got a questions section. So I usually write all my questions on there, and if they don't fit, I have got room. Okay, so after I have my list of questions, I always make sure I have all of my records organized, because when you have multiple chronic illnesses, you have to. I keep a chronic illness binder. For me, this is how I keep all of my records organized. This has all my doctor's information in it, all my information, all my test results, my medications, everything. I do a little I do like a symptom log and all that stuff. I keep track of appointments. This binder has literally everything I will ever need for an appointment in it. And then probably some other stuff. And if you don't have a chronic illness, you probably don't have to keep records like that. But I prefer to do it that way, and I kind of prefer to do it that way too, because I have multiple doctors across multiple hospitals, and even some of the doctors that are within the same hospital and have access to my information, still don't they still don't find they still can't find it, they still don't have it. So if I have a copy of it, I can say, okay, here, I have this test result that you can't find. Maybe I'm crazy. Okay, the next one is complete all online forms and confirm the appointment. I always do this. If my hospital uses MyChart through Epic, and most hospitals around here do, and I think most hospitals use it now anyway, but if you have the ability to confirm your appointment online and fill out all the forms, then go ahead and do that. It saves a lot of time and all the hassle of having to get to the office 15-20 minutes early to fill out all the paperwork. Like, every appointment, be here 15 minutes early. Why? Why do I need to be there 15 minutes before my appointment time so I can sit there for 15 minutes longer than I should have sat there? They used to tell you that so you could fill out all your forms. For me, I prefer to do it online so I don't have to. And that way, I don't have to get to the doctor's office at 15 minutes before an appointment time. Because I don't want to sit in a doctor's office any longer than I already have to. Okay, the next thing is have an updated copy of your medications. I have a medication list in my binder. I don't have one to show you that doesn't have my stuff on it, but I should have printed one of those out, but I didn't. I used my last one the other day when I updated all my meds. But I keep an updated list of my meds, and then I have a small section for a medication list on my prep page. That way I can write the main ones. I can write the ones I take every day, all my supplements, and then if I have questions related to those meds, I can draw a line to the question section and write it. But that also helps for if I go to a doctor and I've never been there before and they don't have a copy. And sometimes the MyChart is slow. Sometimes it doesn't have everything on there that's up to date. And it also saves time to have a medication list so you don't have to carry all of your pills back and forth to your appointments. I am not carrying every prescription bottle plus all my supplements back and forth to a doctor's appointment. I have a list of it. If that's not going to work, then I don't know. The next thing is have a copy of test results from other doctors and other hospitals. I do this because I have gone for numerous tests over the years, and sometimes the doctors just don't have access to them, or they can see that I had to test them but they can't see the results, or they can't see like the actual images. So I always try to keep, that's honestly why this binder is so thick. It's test results. The last and final tip is be aware of anything you have to do before that appointment. And when I say that, I mean, like, do you have to prep? Do you need to take a certain medication? Do you need to fast? Do you need to, like, and I do this for all appointments, not just doctor's appointments, but lab appointments, test appointments. If there is an appointment, I try and make sure that I have all the information of what I have to do before that test. I'm actually prepared, because I don't want to be scheduled for a test where I can't eat or drink anything for 5 hours beforehand and not know that. So I always try to make sure I know what I have to do before the appointment. And another thing is, try and do this as early as possible. Try and make sure you understand your prep for your appointments. Make sure you have all your paperwork filled out, all your forms filled out. If you have something like this, make sure it's all up to date before your appointment. Like, I have an appointment next week. Yeah. And I have 2 appointments in with 4 days of each other, so yeah. And this video is going up the day after one and 3 days before the other one. So I have an appointment next week, and before I go to that appointment, I'm going to make sure this has got everything in it that I need. Test results, medication updates, everything, as well as make sure I have one of my prep pages filled out. That way I am ready to go. Am I a little anal retentive, a little OCD, a little crazy? Yes. But I live with multiple chronic illnesses. I need to be as prepared as possible. And I need all this information to be correct. Because if I end up in the hospital, first thing my mom's going to grab is this. Then that's going to have everything in it, so she doesn't have to keep track of it herself. But that's going to be it for how I prep for a doctor's appointment. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you've not done so already, hit the red subscribe button down below. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.